All right, so how is this angled? Let's just change. I moved the camera so it's less behind you guys. And it just focuses and catches my holy Lord. All right, so let's talk about a word that you guys have heard. How many of you guys have heard the word algebra? You're in it. Okay. Where do you think algebra came from?
Don't know.
How are you saying it?
You're saying Spanish?
Spanish.
You're speaking Spanish? All right. It actually didn't. The original pronunciation of the word algebra was algebra. Algebra, if I'm doing it correctly. Now, where do you think algebra came from?
Spanish?
Nope.
No.
Greek.
French?
I know why you would do that, because the French word affected by this language like the Spanish were too. It is not French, it is not Spanish. The Greeks had a very early form of it, but algebra as you and I know it today comes from Muslim-speaking countries. In the early turn of the century, the armies of the Ottoman Turk took over a lot of a country that we now call Spain. Back then it was a whole bunch of different countries run by different kings. It wasn't a unified realm. All right? When they were there, they left behind the following things. Some of their cooking, some of their architecture, some of their math, definitely some of their weaponry, and some of their language. I'm going to say a phrase to you right now, okay? And over time it has evolved. It is commonly used in Spanish, okay? The phrase is ojalá. Does that sound Spanish? Let me say it again. Ojalá. Spanish, English, French? Ojalá. I'm going to say it with a bit of a southern twang to it. Oh Allah.
Oh, Alabama.
Too much southern twang. Ojalá is Arabic for God wills it, or God willing. In Spanish, because they were conquered by the Muslim Turk for so long, they picked that up. And you could say that in a cathedral in Spain, and it means God willing. But nowadays, it doesn't mean that anymore. It means, I hope so. Funny how language evolves, okay? For example, when the word dude came out, it was used by surfers. Now, I usually describe my dudes in class, like boys and girls. It's just universally like dudes. Get yourself together. You all right there?
Yeah.
So, let's talk about do I want to keep going on this track? I did my last class. They had a hard time with it. I'm not sure if you guys are ready for it.
Go
I think
ahead.
we're a little more advanced.
Shoot for the
No, you're all
stars.
ignorant.
We had the highest grade.
No. So let's move into Spanish for the day, and we'll see if we have time afterwards. Let's talk about our work for the day.
Shoot for the stars.
So, in this, I'm going to start speaking Spanish now, so best of luck to you. Dice, dice. ¿Qué significa dice en inglés? ¿Qué significa dice en inglés? Devin. Devin, sorry. Hmm?
Says.
Devin dice hola. Devin dice hola.
Devin says hi.
Excelente. Mackenzie dice no.
Mackenzie says no.
Excelente. Los perros dicen guau guau. Los perros dicen guau guau.
The dog is saying what?
Ajá. Bien hecho. Reese? No. Dylan. Reese. Lo siento. Okay. Yo me llamo Señor Kohler.
I call myself Mr. Kohler.
Excelente. Yo me llamo Señor Kohler. ¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas? Oh, if you're done with your work, close your Chromebooks, please. ¿Cómo te llamas?
What's your name?
Ajá. ¿Cómo te llamas?
My name is Addison. Me llamo Addison.
Me llamo Addison. Excelente. ¿Cómo te llamas?
Evan. Or Giamo Evan.
Me llamo Evan. Excelente. Me llamo Evan. ¿Cómo te llamas?
Hola, me llamo Peyton.
Excelente, Peyton. ¿Cómo te llamas? Sí. Excelente. ¿Cómo te llamas? Excelente. ¿Cómo te llamas?
Me llamo Hopper.
Excelente. ¿Cómo te llamas?
Me llamo Jacob.
Excelente. Yo me llamo. Tú te llamas. Es una pregunta. Ahora mira eso. Hunter, ¿cómo se llama ella? ¿Cómo se llama ella?
Mackenzie?
Ella se llama Mackenzie. ¿Cómo se llama ella? ¿Cómo se llama ella? Lamaya, ¿cómo se llama ella? Denasia. Denasia, ¿cómo se llama este chico aquí? ¿Cómo se llama este chico? Él se llama Cameron. Dana, ¿cómo se llama este chico? Dylan, ¿cómo se llama esta chica? Guinevere, ¿cómo se llama este chico?
Jimmy.
Se llama Jimmy. Okay. Ahora, la clase es fácil o no? ¿Qué sería fácil? Fácil. Fácil. Fácil.
Yes.
¿La clase es fácil o es muy difícil? ¿No? ¿Fácil?
Facial?
Entiendo, pero no. Eso sería la cara. Fácil.
Oh,
¿La clase de español es fácil o no?
No.
sí.
Depende, depende. Addison, ¿la clase de historia es fácil o no?
No.
Lo siento. Alexander, ¿la clase de inglés es fácil o no? No. Deshaun, ¿la clase de educación física es fácil o no? No? Okay. Shannon, ¿fútbol americano es fácil o no? Sí, es fácil. ¿Montar en caballo, Guinevere, es fácil o no? Es fácil para Guinevere. Para mí, no tanto. Okay. Sean, ¿la clase de matemática es fácil o no? Sí. Lamaya, ¿la clase de ciencia es fácil o no? No es fácil. Okay. Para ti, sí, pero para ella, no. Okay. ¿Qué pasa?
This is America. We speak American.
Okay, espera un rato. I had a student just say, this is America, we speak Americanish. Now, first off, the language that is commonly spoken in America is known as English. Second off, when you say that this is America and we speak a certain language, that's like saying this is America and we do things my way. Is that open or closed-minded? Closed-minded. Now, was he making a joke? Do I know he's just trying to be funny in class? Sure. But it's a serious thing. Did you know that 51% of households in 2018 had Spanish as the primary language? So if we were to go by just population, America doesn't speak English. And by the way, it's the United States. America includes Canada. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. So in the United States. Now, that survey can be skewed, and when you look at the data, what they define as household, it's not number of warm bodies, because the way the house, anyway, that's a separate issue. That's a statistics thing, talk your math teacher. But in America, in the United States, we don't want to discourage somebody from their native language because we want to basically take all of the smart and good things from other countries and make them ours, like we did with hamburgers. I mean, hamburgers originally were not terribly delicious, okay? Google the history of hamburgers, okay? Hot dogs are right up there. But now, we can make them pretty tasty. Dígame.
I had a question with como te llamas. Wouldn't it make more sense to say que te llamas?
Ah! Que te llamas is what are you called? Como te llamas is how are you called? And many English speakers want to say, what is your name? That's where it's going to come from, okay? Unfortunately, based on culture, tradition, and history, it is not what is you called, it's how would you like me to refer to you. Okay, it's a more polite way of saying, how would you like me to call you? For example, her real name might not be Guinevere, or it might be Guinevere, but she wants to go by Gwenny Penny. Okay, cool. So I'd say, como te llamas? And she'd go, me llamo Gwenny Penny. Okay, cool. All right. Hunter, I might say, como te llamas? And Hunter's official name, let me see, Hunter, what's your middle initial? N? Hunter Nicholas Johnson VII. That's his official name. It's not, but in my example it is. Okay? So he wants to go by Steve. So he would say, me llamo Steve. When I was stationed overseas, okay, my name was not Senor Kohler. My name was Choco. Choco. What do you think Choco sounds like? Alright, I think that I am super attractive and kind of a treat, but I don't think anybody else is going to call me Mr. Chocolate. Just saying, okay? So it's not chocolate. Choco is slang for chalk. What does chalk, not this particular color, but what does chalk have in common with Mr. Kohler? White, skinny, and fragile. Okay, at the time I was 150 pounds, and everybody else around me was like 180 pounds with like rock muscle. And so they all made fun of me, but it was my nickname. So when we were hanging out together, they would say, oh, El se llama Choco. That wasn't my name. My name was Senor Kohler, whatever that was. But me llamo Choco. A lot of guys in my group, they had nicknames. And we called by names amongst ourselves. But in formal society, there's a difference in, hey, ¿cómo te llamas? Versus, y su nombre es, and your name is. Because in Spanish-speaking countries, more culture today, you don't just have your father's last name. You have your mother's, then your father's, and you usually have a middle name, and then followed by, depending on your faith, an additional name and your first name. Okay? So doing attendance in those countries can be really brutal. Here, it can be interesting sometimes because like I don't know how to pronounce stuff, and I apologize. Question?
Can you pronounce that again? The easy-
This one?
Yeah.
Fácil. Fácil. Now you'll notice I say fácil. That's a more Mexican, Central American pronunciation. Fácil is more Argentine. Just like we have accents here in the United States, there's oranges and oranges and oranges. They all mean the same thing, but it's an accent.
Milk.
Fácil. Okay? Fácil. So, nicknames is unofficial, kind of like, what do you want me to call you? What would you respond to most favorably? Gelato, really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm not sure I ever call any of my students Jay-Z because of
Somebody took my name.
Your name.
J-at-Z.
Listo. Ahora, más español.
Everything.
Los pollitos dicen, es una canción. Los pollitos dicen, es una canción. Canción.
Answer.
Song.
Los pollitos dicen, alguien tradúzcalo. Recuerda que es un nombre, so eso es español. Los pollitos dicen, es una canción.
It's a song.
Es una canción, Jimmy.
Song.
Es una.
Is the song.
Es una.
Is a song.
Excelente. Gracias, Shannon. Es una canción. Los pollitos es una canción. Es una canción popular. Cameron. Es una canción popular. Es una canción.
It's a popular song.
Sí, es una canción popular. ¿Cuál de estos animales dicen pío, pío, pío? Las personas hablan, no dicen pío, 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 a menos que estén en la puerta allá. ¿Los cerdos dicen pío, pío, pío o no? No. ¿Los caballos dicen pío, pío, pío?
No.
No. ¿Los pollitos?
Sí.
Sí. Muchas personas dicen que la canción es originaria de España. ¿Ok? España. ¿Ok? Muchas.
Much thing. No,
Muchas. Ok, muchas personas. ¿Qué significa personas?
person, a lot of people, person.
Many
Says.
people?
Sí, Dylan.
People, many people.
Muchas personas dicen.
Say.
Muchas personas dicen. ¿Sí?
Say.
Todo. Muchas personas dicen.
Oh, muchas personas.
En inglés.
Oh, many people say.
Sí, muchas personas dicen que la canción.
Many people say that song.
Sí, muchas personas dicen que la canción es originaria de España.
Original in Spanish,
Ah,
Origin.
origina
from Spanish.
de España. ¿Qué piensas, Lamaya? Muchas personas, Lamaya, dicen que la canción es originaria de España. Ok, Lamaya. Muchas personas.
They say.
Muchas personas.
People
Sí, muchas personas dicen
say.
que la canción. Que la canción.
Inside the
Inside the cage.
I'm looking for Quincy. Oh, would you want to eat like that?
Yeah.
De nada. Shannon, tienes que ir. Agarran sus cosas y va a la oficina. Sí. Shannon, hasta luego.
Bye.
Sí, adiós. Chao.
Bye.
Ok.
And how do you report back to his friend?
Muchas personas dicen que la canción es originaria de España. ¿Qué piensas, Mackenzie? Muchas personas dicen que la canción es originaria de España.
Many people say that this song is originally from Spain.
Perfecto. Excelente, Mackenzie. Otras personas, Cameron. Otras personas.
Other people?
Sí. Dicen, Denasia,
Say.
que la canción, Hunter, que la canción
From?
dicen que la canción es de, would be aquí, de. Otras personas dicen que la canción
Song?
es de Ecuador, Chile o Costa Rica. Ok, todo eso. Addison, otras personas dicen que la canción es de Ecuador, Chile o Costa Rica. Addison.
Other people say that this song is from Ecuador, Chile, and Costa Rica.
O Costa Rica. Sí, o Costa Rica. Ok. El origen de la canción, Dana. El origen de la canción, Dana. origen.
Original.
Sí, el origen. Sí, el origen. Sí, de la canción.
From the song.
Es un misterio. Misterio, Alexander. Misterio.
Is a mystery.
Sí. Hay muchas versiones. Peyton. Hay muchas versiones.
A lot of versions are different.
Hay
Oh, are there more versions different
Sí, hay muchas versiones diferentes
on YouTube?
de la canción en YouTube. Es una canción popular, Evan. Es una canción popular, Evan.
Is a.
Es una canción popular.
Popular?
Sí, canción,
Popular.
canción, sí, pero eso es popular, pero canción, todo. Es una canción popular.
It is a popular song.
Perfecto, excelente, ¿ok? Listo. ¿Parece? Okay, at this time, I want you to take out the whiteboard, the dry erase marker, and by the way, the only class that made it this far. My other class got rejected.
You're going to
It's better. So, my bell 1, we try to get to this point where we describe ourselves in Spanish. Imagine that I'm doing this because at some point you are probably going to have, and it's really small, but it's actually in your Chromebook, don't worry about it now. On your tablet, or on your tablet, on your little whiteboard, I want you to write this first word. That's a Y, by the way. Yo. Second word, in Spanish, yo soy. Like the milk. Yo soy. Now, we know several words to describe yourselves.
I don't know
Fast answer. Yo soy is I am. Yo soy is I am. Okay? So, I want you to say, and you can do it as a list like yo soy, and then you do like this word here. Okay? Yo soy. You could say yo soy guapo, I'm good looking. Or guapa if you're a girl. You could say fuerte if you're strong. You could say inteligente if you're smart. And don't worry about spelling right now. I am not a spelling fascist. Yo soy could be what? So all you do is yo soy, like I would say yo soy. Calvo, I'm bald. By the way, that one's none of you guys can steal that one, that's mine. You all have more hair than me. So yo soy calvo. Go ahead, write a couple things down. Yo soy inteligente. This way you take pride in yourself. Okay? You could say soy una chica or a chico. Nice job there, think outside the box. Yo soy, I wouldn't say that any of you are stupid because you're taking a high school level course in middle school. Okay? It's fine. Actually, I'll bring it up. I know why you did that. That mistake I get. And I totally made it through understanding as well. Okay? Now the word inteligente is genderless. Both girls and boys can be smart and grammatically speaking, as well as realistically. Okay? You can pick ones that aren't on here. You can pick some we've done over. Like remember last time we had people that were kind, we had people that were intelligent, we had people that were honest, we had people that were sincere. Okay? Oh. Are you okay or excited?
Okay.
Did the pin bite you?
No, I closed it on my.
I believe the kids would call that a cat. Is that correct? To beat you?
Nah,
And close enough.
wrong way.
Close enough.
So the cap didn't bite you.
No,
So that wasn't a cap.
No.
Was it red?
You said it the wrong way, but the
Are you sure that I said it the wrong way by accident or on
the
purpose?
cap got stuck on my skin on my pinky, and I closed it.
Yeah, that's a cap with a destin on your finger.
Okay.
But I thought you meant like cap, like it didn't happen.
Yeah, that's not what cap originally used to mean.
Well, it's close enough.
All right, ready? Uno, dos,
Oh,
tres. Levántalo.
I didn't even finish.
Yo, okay. Excelente. Nicely done. Inteligente. Okay, so a couple of you guys. No way that you though. If you are a guy, you are short, you are bajo. B-O-J-O. If you are a guy, you're fantastic, fantastico. But guess what, guys? I know what you mean. Yo soy un chico, soy inteligente, me llamo Evan. Nicely done, Evan. Yo soy bajo, nicely done. Yo soy inteligente, grande y un chico. Okay? Go ahead. Yo soy inteligente, un chico y tímido. Excelente. Okay? Yo soy guapo, un chico inteligente y hombre. You're very excited. By the way, oh, humilde is humble, honesto is honest. Hombre is a man! So I'm just like confused because you're Chico and a man. I'm like, are you like a kid man? I mean, once again, you know what you're saying, I'm just having fun with it. Okay? Baja, Bella y, what's that last one there? Fria. Now, here's the, okay, this is a great one, okay? Guys, if a girl's ever described as Fria, that means she's a cold-hearted and she's not going to be your friend. What you would do if you want to say you were cold is you would take this word over here. Tango, frio. Okay? But guess what? I like yours better. I'm going to stay away from you. You look scary now. Well done. Okay?
What is it? What is this one?
Frio or fria? Depending on what it is. Me llamo Guinevere. If you didn't know, this is Gwenny Penny. Okay?
Don't call me that.
Okay, sorry. Don't call her Gwenny
Okay,
Penny.
boy,
Gwenny.
Step on your fingers.
Oh.
How? Do that. Why do they even do
I think she's calling him short. All right. Anyway, so congratulations, you can now describe yourself. Now, this is really important. Remember that in our culture, I'm going to pick a word, and I am not trying to talk about anybody in particular. Okay? If I were to say that I am fat, in the 90s, if you spelled the PH, that was cool. If you spelled with the regular F, that was just like you were a little overweight. There was a song that came out a couple years ago that changed the meaning of the word. I'm going to spell it correctly. Actually, wait a second. Hold on. Stop recording here for a minute.